good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, I'm not very happy about being late either, but there wasn't anything I could do about it. So just got to deal with it and go on. So, good morning. What is up, Big Smooth? What is up, Mr. Bo? I apologize for being late. It is all Kim's fault. Oh, Herman. Yeah. So I saw this morning. Dude, if we had these when we were kids, could you only imagine how awesome this would be? Holy cow. I think there would be some massive, massive wars going on. Good morning, JP. Good morning. Yeah. So we'll start off. We'll do something. I thought I'd show this. This is actually kind of cool. So I was scrolling through Twitter this morning and saw this. Man, God, that would be awesome. That would just be pure awesomeness right there. So, show the card of the day. 1960 Herb score. 1960 Herb score. How cool is that? We got a question. Let me go back to the question real quick. What do you think about the new host coming to the hobby hotline? Well, there's some dude named, I don't know, Bo. I don't know how he's going to do. No, I love it. I absolutely love it. It gives us a lot more flexibility. It gives us a lot more opinions. It gives us a chance for everybody. Look at you. I knew it. Doing photos and uploading one at a time is making me realize how much time it actually takes. So I bought a card scanner. I told you that photos are the bane of my life. That's what has been holding me up as much as possible are the photos. So, and not just the photos, but I edit most of my. I've stopped a little bit, but I edit most of my photos. So, Bo, you can put the link of what you bought down in the comments if you want to. It's on his Twitter feed. And on one of his YouTube shows, he was talking about it. JP. Herb score, born Wednesday, 1963, Rosedale, New York. I can read it this way. Rosedale, New York, Cleveland Indians. I just hadn't done one in a couple days. Thought I'd do a card of the day. 1960 Herb score. 1960 Herb score card. I'll put that one up as soon as the show's over. But I'm a Herb score fan, so I thought I'd share this card this morning. How awesome. How awesome. Pretty cool. Yeah, so Bo a couple of days ago talked about working from home. Actually, I think it was more Friday, about routine and working from home and we had every month, once a month, we have a cleaning crew come in and clean the house. And hey, good morning, Tom. That's why I was late. They piddled around. I've asked not to have them come in on Mondays, but you know how that goes. It was the only time they could come in, and they've been messing around with everything on the desk. So I apologize for the discombobulatedness of this morning. But working from home and routine, I was talking to Jason the other day about routine, and what you will notice in some of my shows is I'm completely scatterbrained. And it's not so much that I'm not prepared. as much as it is. I'm a very routine guy. I'm a very I thrive on routine. And if there is no routine, or if the routine is disrupted, I go left. And I have a tendency to from there then spiral and go downhill and all sorts of stuff. A little bit more personal information than you probably wanted to know, but I say that to tell you that when you do work from home, when you do work for yourself, or actually in any job, you don't realize it. You create a routine for yourself of what you do in the morning to get yourself going. Well, I'm changing my routine just a little bit um, to try to make sure that the show is a little bit more, not coherent, but a little bit more concise. Concise. So just know that that's going to happen. Just know that that's going to happen, and the shows will be a little bit less scatterbrained. But thank you, Bo, and thank you, Jason, for that. One of the benefits from the East Texas Card Show was that a buyer, Ryan Boatman from Atlanta, Texas. I'm trying, dude. Big words. Ryan Boatman from Atlanta, Texas, came up and bought some stuff from us at the show, and we got to talking. He loved the way that I sell, and that's only because I try to sell the way that I like people to sell to me. Hey, what's up, Dan? Good morning, Dan. Good morning. So he actually bought some other stuff from me a couple days ago, and I thought that was kind of cool. Where you meet somebody at a card show, you have a great rapport, you have a conversation, and he asked if he remembered who I was, and I'm like, yeah, we talked about y'all at dinner, and it was really cool. It was really cool to see that. I did make a purchase over the weekend or last week, and I kind of wanted to show these tickets. If you notice the date, October 22nd, 2018, this is Luka's first home game. So I found these online and bought them in pretty dadgum good shape. They're season tickets. So I'm going to actually send these in for grading and encapsulation so I can have Luka's first game. But I thought that was kind of cool, so I was going to share that. I did card of the day. I have been doing some Canva stuff to try to do some showing of different photos, different backgrounds and stuff. I haven't been successful yet, but I am working on Canva to try to up the game on the show. As you can tell, the little logos here. We've got scrolling down here. So there's a little bit of things that I've added. Normally this would be live on Facebook, but because it was late, Facebook didn't post. But you'll see me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I'm going to try to hit it on Twitter as well as soon as we're done. Try to connect Twitter and see if I can get all of them to show. I did see on ESPN where Cam Newton. Yeah, I'm working on the desktop version to try to make it, to see if I can't make some. I'm not a big software guy, so it's going to take a little bit for me to figure it out, but we should hopefully I can figure it out and get it going. So yeah, Cam Newton went on YouTube kind of pleading for a job, which was very interesting. I didn't think Cam Newton would do that, but he did go live on YouTube, and which was very weird. I think it's awesome. I know Jason's not going to like this, but I thought it was awesome when Aaron Rodgers yelled, "I own you" to the Bears fans. I thought that was absolutely awesome. The picture that I'm showing is from Barstool Sports t-shirt that they put out. They're not sponsored, but I thought it was pretty cool that they took a green t-shirt and put that phrase on on a t-shirt. It was his 22nd win over the Bears. He's 22-5, third best winning percentage at 81.5%. Tom Brady versus the Bills is 91%, which the Bills are horrible. So, and then we had Bears versus, had Ben Roethlisberger versus the Browns at 87%. I liked it. I actually liked it. It showed some competitiveness. He and the Bears fans have been at it for years. They've been going, jackering back and forth. He's at the back end of his career. I think it would be pretty cool. Yeah. I did not. Wow, Colin Powell passed away. When did that happen, Dan? That happened this morning or earlier today? I'm a fan of Colin Powell. I am a fan of Colin Powell. Yeah, Desert Storm cards all the way. And if you want to hear about Desert Storm cards, Mike Summer, Wax Pack Hero, has an interview with the wild card owner, and the Desert Storm, Desert Shield cards. So that just happened. That may be, it came through on my phone, but I haven't had time to check my phone. So I'll read that after the show. Where was it? Oh yeah, if you go listen or you look at Mike Summers' Wax Pack Hero, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, he has an interview with Wildcard, and he talked about doing the Desert Storm, Desert Shield cards. So that's an interesting interview if you want to learn a little bit about that. Zach brought in, and he's working right now, so he's not able to attend. But Zach was talking about PC budget and buying cards while working for yourself and having this as a business, not so much as a hobby, and being able to, Stormin' Norman. Man, I remember Stormin' Norman. I remember Stormin' Norman. Zach was talking about how do you do PC budget with cards and with how does that work? For me, everything that I get PC now either comes in trade, or I will pull cards that I like. Oh, Travis, that's awesome. That is awesome. Those are actually coming back in vogue. People are actually liking those. I've always liked them. But yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I remember those hardcore. Most of the stuff that I get PC comes in through collections or through attrition or quarter boxes or something like that. Or I've got a couple people that I trade with. So, I don't PC. I PC very, very little. Pete Alonso, Texas Ranger prospect cards. Yeah. Oh, wow. There you go. And then I'm a huge fan of miscut cards and true miscut, not misprint, not print off center or anything like that. I mean true miscut cards. I will collect when I find them, and they're typically of either Hall of Famers or players that I like. Uh, and I will pick them up just here and there. I won't specifically go out and, if I'm at a show, look for PC cards, but if I run across them, I will, um, I will either buy them or try to trade them or anything like that. One of the advices that Rich Klein has taught me, and I consider Rich a hobby mentor, is everything is now for sale. Everything that you have is to sustain the family, because Bo and I use this as our full-time job. We have to pull money into the house account. So every dollar, every dime, everything counts now. So you have to be very, very selective of what you buy, what you trade, and what you sell. You still can PC stuff. So I bought a collection a couple weeks ago, and in that collection, there was 2 or 3 cards that I PC'd. Well, I made sure that I could make the money back on the collection, and then made sure that my profit margin could be made so I could pull those cards aside. Well, I pulled the cards aside, and I didn't put them into. Well, okay, so that's completely different, Bo. Uh, that's completely different. My Pete Alonso's, there's a couple of my Pete Alonso's that aren't inventory. So, and I was getting to that, but you jumped the gun. So we'll talk about that. Your Cubs are not inventory, because that is part of your basis, part of your marketing, and part of your business. So in that vein, they would be considered marketing or advertising or something like that. That would be completely different for those, but you still have to make sure that those, if you buy a particular lot, that you know the lot is paid for and margin is made before you can pull, before, at least in my opinion, before you can pull those cards. Now, whether or not you do that, that's completely up to you. But I want to make sure that those cards have a $0 cost before that I put them into my PC. So whether you would just PC the Cubs, and that's understandable, then from a business standpoint, you would make sure that that goes into like advertising or something like that. To each his own. I just make sure that whenever I PC something, that there's zero cost included to it on any type of inventory or sale or whatever you want to call that. So, and that's how I do it. I make sure that if I buy something, it has a $0 cost, or I buy it in a lot, and then make sure that I make my margins so that I can PC those cards. Or there is another caveat that I have. Any card that is gifted to me, or is sent to me, or is in a rack or anything like that, does not go into inventory. I made that. I can understand that, Tom, but if I'm given a random act of kindness, or I'm given a card, I don't sell it. That's one of the things that I made for myself as a rule to keep myself from doing that, because I consider it as a gift and I consider it as precious or thoughtfulness. Yeah, see, yeah, I won't. It goes into a binder, and I just added cards in because Mama Melissa just sent me more cards, more Reese Hoskins cards, and I put them in there into my binder, so that I can enjoy them later. The Pilonzos, they go in there. Anything that's sent to me as a rack, they automatically go in there, and I don't worry about it. So that's, and also if anything that I find that I know that can be a rack, I make sure that it's a zero cost or anything like that. I just try to make sure that it has a $0 cost so that it doesn't affect the business. My opinion, there's multiple ways of doing it. There are multiple ways of putting it. Some people put it in marketing or advertising, and right. There's other ways to do it. I understand. That's just the way I think of it. And Zach Zach brought that up, and I thought it was a very interesting topic to kind of touch on. There's no right or wrong answer on that. I just thought I'd give my 2 cents. But yes, Bo, I completely agree. The 1 million Cubs and any Cubs card that you want to pull into that, I completely agree. Just because that's part of your project, that's part of your PC. How you do that in accounting, that's up to your accountant, or if that's your business, and I'm not going to jump into it. I was just in a personal, but that's a great idea. Yeah, 100%. That's what I do. Hey, what's up, Diego? So, if you buy a collection at let's say, argument's sake, let's say he buys 1,000 cards at a penny a piece. Okay, so any Cubs cards that he pulls out because he has 1 million cards, and it's part of his branding, and it's part of his advertising, or part of his whole, whatever you want to put it under. So he could take those cards out and either amortize them, another big word, Tom, amortize them, or make sure that they have no $0 cost, and everything else goes into inventory for either trade or resell, or however you want to do that. Or he says, okay, well, it's 1,000 cards, and I will take, if there's 10 Cubs, I'm going to take that cost and pull that and put that into marketing and advertising. Either way, there's no wrong way to do it. It's just a different way of doing it. Your brain is starting. There's a bunch of comments I could make on that East Texas boy, but I'm not going to. So I'll leave it alone. What's up, Diego? That's the laugh that I've got going on right now, Diego. Is that look right there? Oh, let's see what else. What else? Let's look at some cards, man. Let's have some fun and look at some cards. Why is it not showing? There it is. Look at this, Spectra football. Some people aren't into Spectra football because of the cost, and it's, if you look, this is ridiculous. 4 cards per pack, 4 packs per box, 8 boxes per case. And the first off the line, when I looked at it on, I think it was Friday. Was it Friday night? See, the Friday night. Yeah, it was Friday night, because I was talking to Jason most of the night. We were talking about the first off the line. First off the line is $1,000. Yeah. There you go. $1,000 at 4 cards per pack, 4 packs per box. there's you'll never make your money back unless you get something like this, an RPA. But if you look, there's no, here it is, box break, 1 RPA. So if you get the right RPA, then okay. 3 additional autographs, 4 memorabilia cards, 1 insert, and 7 base. On average. You'll never, I say never. It'll be very tough to make your money back. So look at the RPAs though. Trevor Lawrence. This Mac Jones is pretty cool. I don't like the color scheme, but I like that patch. I really like the patch. And I'm a big fan of Spectra, but man, this color scheme is just busy. It's just absolutely busy. And it just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan because it's just busy. It's too, my brain starts to hurt looking at these. It just looks, I don't know a better word to say other than busy. And we'll go further down here. Retrospect signatures. Look at that bus. That's a pretty cool bus. And then Barry Sanders against the Cowboys, nonetheless, which is interesting because because of the throwback. Notice how they've got the Lions have the throwback, and the Cowboys are using their double star. That's interesting. So there's Spectra, and then look at Recon. I've stopped showing basketball, but I'm showing Recon because it was a Chronicles product, and that just looks tight. I thought I'd show the pictures because that looks tight. Coming out October 27th, which is the end of the month. 6 cards per pack, 10 packs per box, 12 box per case. 2 autos, 10 base parallels. I haven't priced this out yet, so I'm not 100% sure what it is because I'm probably not going to buy any. But man, I wanted to show these cards. They're just really cool. Yeah, I love Recon. I love Recon too. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. You might want to put those on online, Bo, because the Recon's going to get hot. I already looked at some older prices, and they're already starting to increase. I like this. Future trends above the rim. The gold is going to be a little tough if you're trying to grade. The gold is going to be a little, that always gets tough if you're doing that any type of grading whatsoever. But look at that, sky's the limit. That's just sick. I love that. That is absolutely sick. And then True Potential signatures. Yep. Oh, that's awesome, Herman. That's awesome. So the Reese's, I send some. I pick up Reese Hoskins. I got to do another round, but I pick up Reese Hoskins for Mama Melissa, and I need to do another round to send to her. She sent me some cards. I gotta return the favor. Do you catalog your Freemans on trading card? I think he does, Bo. I think he does. Not all of them, but I think he does put some of them up there. So I wanted to show some cards. Wanted to give you a little bit about the PC and the budget. There wasn't a lot of news out there that, wasn't out there Friday. Oh, okay. So Herman does them all. I didn't know you did all of them. I thought you did. I know you did most, but I wasn't 100% sure if you did all of them. But I do have some cards coming from Sport Lots. I do have some cards on the way. I was going through the dollar box. I found some cards to look for to see if they're worth grading. Um, this week is going to be absolutely just insane busy. I'm supposed to have Rich Klein on Wednesday night to talk about 1970s baseball cards. Um, so that's upcoming on Wednesday night. Going to go live on Wednesday night. I don't think I'm going to go live Wednesday morning this week because it's getting kind of crazy and all the stuff that I want to do. Very compact. Uh, there, so I just don't think I'm going to go. It's probably just going to be today, and then Friday night or Friday during the morning, and then Wednesday night, Rich Klein and I are supposed to go live to talk about 1970s baseball cards. So looking forward to that. Looking very forward to that. Freeman and Dale Murphy does go into the PCA until I do. Otherwise, yeah. That's silly, Herman. There's one more thing that I wanted to talk about, and if y'all bow out, I completely understand. This is more of a godly message. I was watching Loop, A Card Life, and one of the things was it was a gentleman from Phoenix who owned his own card shop, and they were talking about a little bit about his story, and he was talking about how he moved into his own card shop. He was listening to a message from a pastor while he was thinking about doing a card shop. And the message that he received was, God gives you great ideas. Why don't you have the faith to, what was his exact words? Oh, why don't you have the faith to act on them? For me, and for a business owner, and for someone who my faith is secure in Jesus Christ, that was profound for me. God gives us a lot of ideas and a lot of thoughts and a lot of information, and it's up to us to test the spirit to make sure that we're not listening to or getting different messages or how to interpret. So we are supposed to test the spirit. However, God gives us a bunch of ideas, and it is up to us to act on them. It is up to us to follow those particular steps in your heart. I encourage you to follow those steps and to follow those actions and to listen to what God has to tell you and what Jesus has to tell you, or whatever faith, whatever you follow. And it's a little off of what I'm supposed to be preaching, or what the message is supposed to be, but I'm amending it for this particular instance. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of thoughts. They're given to you for a reason. Have faith and act upon them. Trust yourself. Trust who you are. Trust your guiding. It's okay to test. It's okay to ask for verification. It's okay to noodle on, but don't be afraid. Have the faith to take that step and to do those. Some people say whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. Diego, for me, the lack of trust is not in him, but the trust in myself to be able to fulfill them properly. I am man, so I will stumble. You know what, Diego? We do stumble, and we sometimes are intended to stumble to learn the lessons that we're supposed to learn, go through the trials that we're supposed to go through, and really, in the end, it's all for his glory and for Jesus's glory. So even if we stumble, even if we make a mistake, or even if we do something that isn't the way that he wants us to go, he's going to point us in that right direction. He's going to follow with us. He's going to whisper in your ear. He's going to tell you, and stumbling is part of the learning process. When we're given ideas and we follow an act of faith, that is what we're intended to do. And how do we know that we weren't supposed to fail? Or how do we know that we weren't supposed to stumble? We don't know all of Jesus's heart. We don't know all of the Holy Spirit's heart. We don't know all of God's heart. So what if we're supposed to stumble? Or what if we're supposed to fail? We don't know. All we're supposed to do is trust and move forward. If you don't fail, you won't appreciate it when you succeed. That's true. And failing could be a small failure, and you're supposed to learn, don't do this, do this. Or you're supposed to make that mistake, and you're supposed to learn. That's part of the trusting process, and that's part of the learning. And look, I'm saying this, and I'm looking at the camera, but remember, the camera's pointing right back at me. I'm totally saying this as much to you as I'm saying this as much to myself. And most of the day Sunday, except for watching the Cowboy game, who absolutely, tried to give that game away, and they didn't. I had this on my heart, and I really wasn't gonna say anything about this until the very end, and something pulled me to say this. Let's see, Herman. That right there. You guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. But that's all I'm trying to say. Is just, you're given a lot of thoughts. You're given a lot of ideas. You're given a lot of suggestions. Have the faith to trust that you're going to learn, and whatever learning looks like, have the faith to take that one step forward and another step forward. And it's scary. What I'm about to undergo is very scary. And I will make an announcement within the next, I don't know, at some point in time, I'm going to make an announcement on what I'm trying to plan and what I'm trying to do. But, I was talking about comps. Oh, I smart sometimes. And sometimes Robin makes you smart. And sometimes Robin makes you smarter than you actually are. But I'm talking to myself as much as I am anybody else here. We have to learn to trust, and we have to learn to take those steps forward. So trust God. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. And know that if you make a mistake, Diego, if you do make a mistake, you don't know if you were supposed to make that mistake. You don't know. I don't know if I'm making 2-3 huge mistakes, but I keep getting the same message over and over and over and over, and giving the same ideas. So I have to follow them. I actually have to follow them. Yeah, but that's the question. That is the question with myself. But again, Diego, you don't know if you're supposed to. You don't know if you're supposed to fail, or if you are supposed to put your left foot in front of the right foot, or go right foot instead of the left foot. You don't know. So you just got to trust and take that step. Yeah. Think about that one for a second. Think about that one for a second. Whether you take the left foot first or the right foot first, and which one you're supposed to take first. Oh, that's what I got. Enough preaching for the day, or enough for the message for the day. And then I will forewarn you, part of the things that I'm talking about is going to be more of that type of Christian message, and me using this for my for a ministry and using this for Jesus. So just get ready. Get ready. This is part of my ministry. This is part of my outreach. And it's part of me helping you guys. It is part of me helping and helping me not only support you, but support myself, and part of my diary and part of me sharing what's going on. Wow. Wow, Tom. Wow. I see how you are. That booster seat, guys, is a joke for me. I see how you are, Tom. But get ready. I'm just giving you a little bit of forewarning. Now, will I do it all the time? No. I won't feel led to do it all the time. Plus, doing it all the time will be a beatdown. But I am going to share. So, 41 minutes in, I'm going to do the ending the way we normally go. If you got any prayer requests, let me know. I will pray you up. Thanks, Herman. If you have any prayer requests, let me know. I'll be more than happy to, and even pray for those that aren't said. That's true. That's true. That's true. At the end of the day, he's thanks for the day. Good or not so good, it was his gift to me. That's a great message, Diego. That's a great message. That's a great message. Have any prayer requests? Let me know. I'll pray you up. I even pray for those that are unsaid. Y'all are in my heart. I do pray for y'all, and I am very thankful for y'all. Support your local LCSs. Support your local card shows. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. It is greatly appreciated. Very, very much. Y'all have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic week. If you liked it, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I already know somebody's going to hit the dislike button. And you know what? I don't care. Hit the dislike button 50 times if you want to. Honestly, no skin off my nose. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Have a great week.